Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Oh my God, my earphones are connecting to this live stream. I wish it would stop. Can you guys hear me? I can't tell if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Hello? Okay, you can. Okay. I don't know what's up with my. No, I can't find my earphones. Jeez, Louise. Well, hopefully it doesn't link. You have to let me know if it links back up to the computer. Geez, so every time I come, I say I have to take off this earphone and I forget, and then it connects to the computer. Geez, Louise, I'm still getting used to this computer. But anyway, happy Monday. Oh my goodness. I was looking for my earphones. They're probably somewhere in my room chilling out. How are you guys? Happy Monday. All right. It is a Monday. I can't believe it. This week, these weeks are going by. And let me sing my song. Happy Monday to ya. Happy Monday to ya. Happy Monday. You know, it's so funny. One of my team partners that I taught with for years and years now, he texted me this morning. They're in a back to school meeting, like the whole district. And he texted me this morning. I'm glad I bet you're not, what did he say? I bet you're not missing this meeting. And I said, absolutely not. My famous absolutely not. So I just thought that was funny. So now I'm starting to feel retired. Oh my gosh, our union president just texted me. He said, I was looking for you this morning. You're not here or something. I didn't text him back. No. I say, hey, B, I'm happily retired. Jeez, Louise, that's too funny. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe it. So people have been asking me if I feel retired, and I am feeling retired. Okay, I'm texting him back. I just got this breaking news. Okay. Let's see. I want to say okay. All right. There we go. There we go. So yes, I'm feeling retired. Jeez Louise. So I have like I think I think they start back to school Wednesday or Thursday. And I have like a lunch I have to check because I don't even know. So I have to check. I get Wednesday, Thursday confused. So I have to check and see because we have a luncheon, like a breakfast plan. So when they're in school, we're going to be having breakfast. So I'm going to have my coffee. So cheers to that. Dun, 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 dun. All right, cookie. I tried to find the cookie Chicago mug, and it wasn't. I must have put it up in the cabinet, and this was sitting out, so that's why I have this one. But never fear, the cookie mug will be here. I love it. So, how are you guys doing? Who is in the chat? And then we'll get started with our topic. And then we have our fabulous Mail to the B, our moderator extraordinaire. It's her birthday today, so we're going to be celebrating that. So, before I get started, let me welcome everybody. So we have Mail to the B. Happy birthday, Mail. How are you? She's reminding you to like, share, and subscribe as you enter the live stream. So please do that. We love that. She's telling you how to operate if you're in that mobile adapted chat. Thank you so much, Mel. We got Reset with Anissa. She says, hey, Mel, I'm going to be sad to miss these when I go back to work. Oh, yeah, you go back to, so you go back kind of late. Do you go after Labor Day? My daughter doesn't go this week either. She goes next week. So, yes. Ocean, how are you, Ocean? How are you doing? Kim, how are you, Kim? She says, good morning, Dee Dee, and Mail to the B, and happy birthday. Yes, it is Mail's birthday. We love that. I was telling everybody I have to go to the restroom a couple of times before I sit down, especially drinking this coffee so that I don't have to go. Good morning, Sharon. How are you? Glad you're in here. You said you thought you were in the wrong chat. Cookie, she said, happy Monday to all. Happy Monday to you. To ya, she said, to you, but to all of us. Okay, who else do we have here? How are you? How do you say that? Shanta. Is it Shanta? That's such a cute name. Look at you. I love the hair. I feel like your hair is like a reddish tint to it. I love a good red tint to a hair and blonde, but I am so afraid to do it. Jeez Louise. People are saying hello to everybody. Jamie, how are you, Jamie? Soror, how are you? How are you? Gosh, every time I see that water and that cruise ship, I'm thinking, we got to get on that boat. Shawnee, how are you, Shawnee? What are you up to? Let's see. Okay, okay, and this is says she goes back the day before Labor Day, but the students come after. Oh, see, that's how it should be. Jeez, Louise, what is up with all this going back in the middle of August? That those shenanigans. Oh, I'm over that. Good morning, Elizabeth. How are you? Okay, all right. Okay, did I miss anybody? Okay. She's hit me with the male B phonics of it all. Okay, let's see if I could get this. You know, being a teacher, I had to learn how to pronounce some names. That's why I give out nicknames a lot. Okay, Siontag. Siontag? Siontag. Siontag. Oh my gosh. Okay, so guys, my union president, he's a former president. I think he's like treasurer or vice president now of our union. But you know, I was so involved in our union for so many years. He says, doing great. I'm happy you are happy. I'm glad you are happy. It's nice to know I could go if they tick me off. Because he could retire too. He says, enjoy your year. Very good. I love that. Oh, it's so nice to know. Like, yeah, it is nice to know you can go when they tick you off, you're out of there. I always said that I want to be in that position. I couldn't even wait for that. I couldn't even enjoy that for 1 year. Just like thinking like any moment I can go. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what are you guys saying? Oh, the teacher's journey is in the house. How are you? Okay, so you have to tell me. She said tag. Okay, so you have to tell me Sianta. Oh, Sianta. 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 Is that it? Sianta. Tell me if I have it right so I don't have to keep Mel said sometimes phonics doesn't work. I know. That's when I give a good nickname. Okay, Sianta. Okay. Anta. Yeah, you gotta phonics it out. Let's clap it out. Okay, did I spell it? Did I say it correctly? Yes, I am enjoying my days. I've been so busy. Yes, and I go by C. Oh, okay, okay, good. So love it. Okay, see. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. All right. So this is so today we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna really quickly talk about my 15 milligrams because you guys know I am taking 15 milligrams of Mounjaro. I'll talk about that. I'm gonna talk about the side effects of it all. I'll talk about my weight, update. I'll talk about just some things going on with me, and then I will go into the chat. I'm going to be interactive with the chat. Probably in a few minutes here, we're going to be celebrating Mel's birthday because just in case she has to leave off here, maybe around 10 o'clock ish, Mel, we're going to be celebrating your birthday. So get ready. Okay. All right, so if you're a newbie here, you probably know Mel. She's a moderator. So is Purple Bellflower. She's not in here. I realize people work, so this is for our morning crowd. And Mel, it's her birthday. So of course she's a moderator. We got to celebrate that. All right, so let me just give you guys just a quick journey recap. Like before we do that though, I don't know if you saw the video that I just uploaded. You guys know um that I am 88 pounds down, 88 pounds down, 88 pounds down. So my video is called 88 pounds later. And when I tell you, you would need to know, or I think you would need to know, being on a GLP-1, from my point of view, what I've been going through with these 88 pounds. And I'm at the point where I always say I'm like in the fourth, if it was four quarters, I'm in the third quarter of my weight loss. And so I have 60 to 70 more pounds to go. Now, I don't really know if I can get down that far and not because I don't think I can do it. I don't know if I could take how my face is going to maybe look and all of that. So who knows? It remains to be seen. But I do know I've had some chunkiness, like my face has gotten like, and I don't have fillers or anything like that. but I got a little bit of the chunkiness back in my face, and my skin is not hanging on my neck like it was. I've been using some things, but I don't know if it's that, or I don't know. I could have put on a few pounds. Who knows? But whatever it is, I like my face like um puffier, like I don't know, puffier is the word, but I like my face filled because I think when it's super slim, to me, for me, it looks older, right? So I like that. But if I lost 60 more pounds, like all this is gonna droop down. So that is something I'm gonna have to eyeball that. And I only want to be between 140 and 150, honestly, because I want to be out of the overweight category. I just want to be in the normal category. So I might have to stick my toe in the water and then take it back out and, and fill these cheeks back up with some fat. But once you lose fat, I guess you could. If you lose fat in your face, you could get it back. But at one time, I'm telling you, I should have the videos. Maybe I'll have them for Wednesday, where you could see in some of those videos, all you saw was crinkled neck, like as I'm talking. And I'm still cute now. Don't get me wrong, but you saw a lot of crinkled neck up in there. And now that's kind of going. I mean, my clavicles, you can still kind of see they want to come in, but it's filling out. I've used a cream specifically on my neck. I'm gonna contact those people because maybe they'll like sponsor me because I think it's working. So I don't know though. We'll as I continue on with this quick update, you could tell me if it's that or if it's something else. Something else. All right, so 88 pounds down. And so I started to get to when I think I stayed on 12.5 for over a year, or close to a year. And like 10 was a great dose for me. I think I stayed on that 7 months. And then I started to get food noise and I started to find myself want my daughter's snacks. So that's the test. If I could walk past my daughter's snacks and I keep them downstairs. A lot of times they're out of the kitchen. And once I started the GLP-1, before I started the GLP-1, I had to get them out of sight because I would just eat them, snack, graze. But once I started taking the GLP-1, it didn't matter where they were. They could be sitting on my bed, on my nightstand. They could be in the bathroom, which I wouldn't have snacks in the bathroom. But I'm just saying, that's how close proximity they could be to me. And I just didn't even have a desire, didn't care, whatever. So that's how I know the medication was wearing down, as I went from dose to dose, because I started to feel like, gosh, that snack is sitting there. I would look at the snack. The snack would look at me. I would look at the snack and I would eat the snack. And because I labored over it for so long, I knew like something, this medicine, this dose is not working. But then instead of me automatically jumping to the new dose, what I would do, and I would also talk to my doctor about it because obviously she's the one who would prescribe it, but I would tweak some of the things I was doing. So, I started to put in that 5-minute pause. I would sit and really think about, do I really want this? Am I stressed? What kind of eating am I doing? I would really take a pause before I ate it. And then I would say, let me do something for 5 or 10 minutes. And if I still want that particular thing, I would eat it. I would eat it. And when you have cravings, I don't know, some of you might be craving broccoli and celery. My cravings are sweet snacks type of things. Like, and even so much so, like even the protein bar didn't do it for me. Like, so that's how I knew it when it was time to move on to a new dose. Because I was just like, I don't want those protein bars. I want the real snack. And like a real brownie or something like that. And I don't even love brownies. I'm not a big chocolate fan. So that's how I knew I got to move on to the next dose. So when I got up to 12, when I first got on to 12, I could not eat like that first. And I'll never forget because this was the summer, my leading into my birthday, and I was in Texas. And Texas, you always hear everything is big in Texas. Well, those servings were huge. And this was when I turned 53, so last summer. And when I went to Texas, I was just like, oh my goodness, leading up to that, I could not eat. So finally, I started to get my appetite back a little bit, but it kind of messed me up. I had fatigue. I couldn't eat. I knew I was getting a DEXA scan. I was like thinking, oh my gosh, I haven't been really eating. What is it going to do to my results at DEXA scan? Well, one of the good things is at DEXA scan is I lost some visceral fat, but I did lose a few pounds of muscle, which they told me it was normal. And it was actually a few, like a couple, 2 pounds. So I went from 111 to 109. And they told me, well, that's normal when you're losing weight. So don't panic, but just don't have that as a trend. Like every time you come, you're losing a bunch of muscle. We want to retain the muscle. But it's natural. And then of course, when you're bigger, your body's bigger, it's a little stronger, right? Or for most people, it probably is a little stronger because you have more weight. But the focus was to be on lifting those weights. Well, I didn't really even have the energy to do that because I was tired. And the reason why I didn't have the energy is because I wasn't eating. When you're not eating and getting those nutrients in, that's why you feel weak. That's why you feel tired. So that was going on. So one of the things that DEXA scan that surprised me was my RMR, which is your resting metabolic rate, which basically how you're burning energy and how, what you're burning when you're just sitting like I'm doing right here, doing pretty much nothing. Well, I'm moving my arms a little bit, but when you're not really doing a whole lot, how much energy are you burning? Well, I went from 15 something because my goal was 16, let's say 1600. So I went from in the 1500s in my first DEXA scan to my second DEXA scan, it went down to I want to say in the 1200s, close to 1300. But look how much of a hit I took. And that's because I really wasn't eating and I really didn't have the energy to work out like I was working out before. So that stuff took a hit. So I said, geez, Louise, like maybe I ought to go back to 10, was kind of my thought. But never fear, the medication adjusts to your body. So after a while, that medication adjusted, and then I was just doing fine on 12. And I just thought I was going to ride 12 off into the sunset and to my goal weight. Or I shouldn't say goal weight, my weight range, because I have a range. Well, that didn't happen. I started to get that food noise coming back. And remember what I just told you about what happened in July of 2025, this whole summer part. Well, then that leads us into Christmas. And I started having like emotional things going on in my family where, my dad was starting to be sick and show signs and symptoms. I had to be on more on top of what was going on with him. Then, in addition to that, my mom's best friend passed. So I had all that going on. And honestly, I feel like I really haven't been on track since then, since December of 2025. I've been doing it in pockets here and there, but I've been inconsistent with tracking, prepping, and tracking my calories. And I know people who are on track who don't have to do that. But for me, I'm somebody who really needs that structure and organization. And when you take that out for me, then it's like, I don't know what's going on. And also I think in December that introduced me into eating foods because I was on the go. I was, here, there, everywhere. And we were at events and the focus was on food. And then I was having to do things, then I decided to retire. So I had a lot of this paperwork going on, a lot of things that had to happen. My situation with my daughter was, it was in school, it's a stressful test they have to pass. So it was just all things going on at one time. So all those things led me up to where I'm at today, which is losing and gaining the kind of the same recycled pounds. So I think like between this year and last year, I probably maybe between 7 months ago and now, I probably have lost an additional 8 pounds. That's it. That's it, right? Since then. And I say that's it because you would think so. All that weight happened really my first year for 1.5 years. So into my second year, it's been super, super slow. And as I'm going into my third year, I don't want that scenario. I do kind of want to accelerate things, but one of the things I don't want to do is go on a fad diet to do it. You know what I'm saying? I just need to get back to my structure and routine. So that's kind of my plan. So when I got on 15, I was debating back and forth. I have this inner circle group, and it's a group of ladies. We meet every Sunday for about a couple hours, and we just talk about everything under the sun. And they have been talking to me about all these ladies are in maintenance, right? And they have been talking to me about going up or not, and first people were saying, don't go on 15. You really don't need 15. The more I talked about my situation and how I was feeling the food noise and the cravings, people were saying, you should go up on 15. Well, I never said when I went up on 15 because I just didn't want the stress of people telling me their opinion, right? And being confused about it. I really wanted to listen to my body. And that's what I did. So I ended up going up on 15. And when I went up on 15, I was so afraid to do it. And I was afraid because I thought, first of all, this is a lot of medicine, was what I was thinking. And second of all, I thought, oh my gosh, it's probably going to do me like it did the 12 and a half. I'm not going to be able to eat. I'm not going to be able to do much of anything those first months. And I just joined the gym. So I was thinking, I don't want to do that either. Then I was thinking, I have nowhere else to go. Like I still have 60 to 70 pounds to lose. If I'm on 15, then what's going to happen? I have nothing else to do, nowhere else to go. So all those creepy thoughts, the scary fears, got into my head, and I'm a praying lady. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to really pray about this, and I'm going to do for myself what I tell people to do in the videos. I'm going to stay patient and stay consistent. And even though I wasn't consistently tracking what I was doing, I was consistently eating the same way pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So I would cut off my eating. I kind of know calories in my head because I eat the same things. I'm not really like, oh, going to a restaurant, like, oh gosh, I got to try this. One of the things I've been doing lately, my daughter and I, we've been eating a lot out a lot lately. Even the things that I eat out, I kind of know the calories they tell you. I mean, I'm sure it's hidden calories, this, that, and other. So that's one of the things. And I told my daughter, I said, we had that breakfast I was telling you about with the retirees this week. And I told her, we're going to, after when she starts back to school, we're not going to be eating out at all. That's one of the things I'm going to take off. And if we do, we're only going to go to certain restaurants. My favorite restaurant to go to, if you're trying to lose weight and be healthy, for me, is Chipotle. And even Chipotle, I kind of have to give them the side eye because of the whole, situation that's been going on with the produce. But they put a lot of salt. And if I could go in Chipotle and catch them when they're cooking something and I tell them, don't add salt. Lighten up on that salt. And so the guy will be back there and it's like they're kind of shaking. He's like, oh, okay. And he won't put the salt on there. So it's like I know when to catch them at a time when they're like, the food is kind of turning over kind of fast, and I can catch them when they're making it at sometimes. And they kind of know me because I'm up in there a lot. But so Chipotle is a good option for me. And I'll buy 2 Chipotle bowls and I break them down into 4 and 4 servings, that is. And then I have the calories and everything proportioned out. Subway is also a place I go. I'm not a big lunch meat lady, but I do like the tuna. Then I hear the tuna is not all it's tuna up to be. So I'm like, geez, oh man, where can you go and try to eat a little bit healthier? But I do like the tuna there. And so I pile it on with veggies on my tuna. So if I go to Subway, I'll do that. So those were our choices will be. I'm just gonna kind of narrow things down. If I go to a restaurant, I haven't, I like to order a salad, but I can't really order the salad because I'm in the Midwest where that outbreak has happened. So I'm kind of staying off the salad. And so I really haven't been eating that. So there's that. So I just kind of have to get back on the schedule and meal prepping and laying things out that I want to eat. So with that said, my side effects, the fatigue has kind of what word do I want to say? It went from me being tired probably 2 days into the 3rd day to now I'm just kind of tired that first day and into the 2nd day. So I could just tell that's kind of wearing off with that side effect. Constipation, I'm good. When I got to 12 and a half and 15, that constipation was not as bad. And I don't know, it's because I do like to get my fiber in. If you watch that video, I have a video, give me 12 minutes. I'm going to talk to you about losing weight on this GLP-1. And I like to focus on getting my fiber in through whole foods and then supplementing if I don't make it. I don't focus on the supplements and then, okay, now I got to eat this broccoli on the side. I kind of focus in on that. So that has been helpful for me. But once I got to 12 and the higher doses for me, the constipation was not as much, which kind of shocked me because you would think like, okay, the medicine is stronger. It's going to be really slowing down that digestion and you're going to not go as much, and that has not been true. But another thing I do is I stay hydrated up in here. I drink my water. I drink my water. And when I'm out and about, I don't drink as much water because I just am a germaphobe. I have a fear of interacting with folks and their fluids and stuff in a bathroom situation. So I try not to drink. And I'll notice when I'm not drinking water, what happens for me is my little ankles swell up. So that tells me I'm not drinking enough water. And usually sometimes it is that, and sometimes it's just it might be I ate too much salt, because how I know is because when I go to the restroom, usually when I go to the restroom, it's not yellow. And my daughter said to me, Mom, what does that mean when you go to the restroom and it's yellow? And I told her it probably shouldn't be yellow. You mean you're not drinking enough water? And she's had like a lot of events going on where she's been drinking juice, this and that. Well, I don't really buy that at home, and she doesn't drink that at home. So when she's out and about and going to these birthday parties and play dates and all they're drinking is juice and this and that, she's living her best life. But I told her that's going to cut out too, because yeah, it's just too much sugar, right? So anyway, I said all that to say one of the things with my weight loss update is I really haven't been on the scale. I said I'm breaking up with that scale. I think I probably mentioned it that I'm breaking up with the scale, but I really haven't been on the scale. And every time I say I'm getting on the scale, something happens and I forget it, because I'm out of the routine of it. I get on the scale on only on Sunday mornings. If you don't catch me on a Sunday morning in my birthday suit, I'm not getting on the scale unless I'm going to the doctor. Other than that, I don't get on the scale. I don't, it just messes up with my psyche for a long time, not even since I started this GLP-1. So if I can't catch it bright and early on a Sunday, now sometimes I have taken it on taken my weight on a Saturday morning, but I like to do Sunday. And the reason why I was doing Sunday, and I probably will switch my injection day, the reason why I was doing Sunday is because a lot of the research and stuff I've been doing say like the medicine is taking out that inflammation and everything 2 days after you take your injection. That's probably the better time to weigh in. That's a true indication of where you stand. And for me, as soon as I take that injection that morning, I take mine at night, I'm constantly going to the restroom. I am getting those fluids out. That's a part of it. Plus, I'm drinking a lot of water up until then. I might throw some electrolytes in there. So when I was taking my injection on a Friday into the weekend, Sunday was perfect. Now that I've been taking my injection on a Sunday, I truly now I could do it because I'm retired, right? And I won't eat or be, I could come home, drop my daughter off at school and come home and weigh in. So I'm thinking about changing my injection day so I can weigh in 2 days after. But Sunday is something I love to do. The first couple Sundays I forgot to do it, and then I just got out of it, and I thought, okay, well, you know what? It feels good to be broken up with this scale. So if you're not weighing in, because you have to think about this, if you're in maintenance, you might be somebody who's so trained and just want to be on that scale every week. And I go to the doctor every 3 months. So people might be saying, well, you're not going to know how much you weigh. Trust me, I'm going to know because I go to the doctor. So if I don't catch the scale, the doctor's going to catch the scale. And not for nothing, I've had other appointments since, maybe in between that 3 months where I might say, can I get on the scale or can they take my weight? My weight at the doctor is a little different, but it's still all within the same range, right? It's not like it's so far off. When people crack me up, they want their number to be exactly what the doctor's number is. No scale is going to give you that exact same weight. I don't care what people tell you. And if you find that happens for you, you're probably one of the few. I just don't know anybody who says every scale I got on gave me the exact same weight. So you have to take one scale you're going to stick to and own it. My doctor's scale, remember, you have clothes on. I try to always remember to wear the same thing when I go to the doctor. So there's that. So I've been going off of my clothes. So this week, I love some Ayuga. This week, I'm going to be uploading a video with Ayuga, and you're going to get to see how I look. Now, if my clothes were bigger, if my clothes were fitting tighter, or I was squeezing into things, I would be worried about not being on that scale. But that's not the case, right? I'm still fitting stuff. And they're not fitting snug. So I think I'm in a good spot. So I said to myself, I'm going to get on that scale when my daughter goes back to school and I do my little reset, and get everything how I want it to be. So I'm just going off my clothes and when I see people and what they tell me when they see me. So that's what I've been doing. So I am slow and steady. And I'm to the point at this point where I do have to kick up things, like tweak some things. People were telling me too. And have you guys heard this? People were saying, and I know Fit Flavor Fun talks about this, when she hit that stall with her 130 something pound weight loss she had, and she added things into it. I know there are things you could add to your 15 milligrams. I don't know that I want to do that. I would have to be so distraught that I'm not losing. And I would have to have exhausted all my, tricks and things I know to do to slim down before I would do that. So just so there's that. So people are putting in there, girl, you could add A, B, and C to it. You could, I'm barely taking Mounjaro. When I say that, I don't love taking medicine. I don't want to add a lot of medicine. I do want to say one more thing too, because I'm an emotional eater and I haven't told any, my GLP-1 people. Somebody said, are you going to tell GLP-1 about your daughter? I'm like, no. So my daughter had this incident where she had had to go under. She had to have a procedure where they had to give her, uh, what do you call that? What do you call that when they put you under? And they gave her a mask. She didn't have an IV, but she had this bead that she put in her ear, and she thought she could take the bead right out, right? And she thought, oh, I'm gonna put it in, take it right out. She was not able to take the bead out. So we went to her, we were at her appointment about a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. And so we went to the appointment, and they said, my daughter said something's in my ear. So anesthesia. Thank you, Cookie. So my daughter took out she thought they could just take the bead out. So the lady said, oh, let me call another pediatrician. Where we were the last appointment of the day. They couldn't get the bead out. She said, so the lady said, her doctor, you have to go to the urgent care. We went to urgent care, and they were like, I think it's her skin. And she was like, I can't tell. She was like, I can't tell if it's something in there. And so my daughter said, well, I did put a bead in there. So she went and got this doctor. The doctor came in, they, looked at her ears, and she was like, oh, there is something in there. So they were like, well, we can't get it out. They had this long tool. It looked like scissors, but with a long end to it. And it had no curve. So I thought, there's no way they're going to get that in her ear. So yeah, they couldn't use that. So they were like, well, you got to go to the emergency. And I'm like, emergency? Are you kidding me? This is what I'm talking about when I say that people who don't have young kids or kids or somebody you're caring for, it might not be understandable because you might be saying, oh, girl, don't make excuses, this and that. But I'm telling you, this is how my day goes. It's a natural, normal day. I'm going to the doctor. I'm thinking I could go and exercise and do my thing. Well, I couldn't. It took up so much of my time that day. I couldn't do it. I had to. She said, you need to go to the emergency and have them take it out. And I was like, emergency? She says, yeah, you need to go to the emergency. So I'm telling you, my day went from I'm just taking my daughter to a regular routine to now we got to go to the emergency. So we're sitting in emergency. And I will say they kind of sped us up. We were there for probably an hour and a half, and this is into the night now. Now, when do I have time to meal prep, this, that, and the other, eat? So this is a situation where now I could come home and cook, but guess what? I'm not going to. I'm already stressed out that my 9-year-old daughter is in an emergency room, right? And I'm thinking it's a simple take the bead out of her ear. So we wait, we go into the emergency room, where they were, and it's funny, the guy, we're sitting there and we're trying to turn on the TV and stuff for her. And the guy, one of the nurses there, he said, do you want a stuffed animal? So he offers her the stuffed animal. And when she gets the stuffed animal, she said, she said, thank you. This is my emotional support stuffy. I just thought that was so cute. So they had these tools. So they come in with these tools. So what we were told is in the emergency, they had equipment to like suction it out, like the bead out of her ear. So yeah, they didn't have that. This lady came with the same tools they had before. And I'm getting annoyed at this point because I'm thinking you didn't send me here under the pretense that you had something special to get this out. So the lady tried, and my daughter said, Mom, after she didn't say it to her, but afterwards she said, Mom, I think they pushed it back in more trying to take it out. So they sent us from there to we had to schedule with an ENT. So this is another day. We go to the ENT. And now, mind you, by that time we're at home. It's like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. So we go to the ENT a couple days later. And so sweet. It was a children's hospital. They told us it had to be a children's ENT. We go to the ENT. She's sitting there. The lady's trying to take it out. So she has this little kind of like tool with a little scoop thing on the curve on the end of it. So she's trying to take out the thing. She could not, but she was moving it. So she's like, oh, she's like, I'm gonna get somebody else. We're gonna try to get it out. So she went and got this other lady. I mean, when I tell you they did such an excellent job with her, but they could not get it out. And they said, and I'm thinking I'm in a dream. I'm like, what? They were like, I'm sorry, ma'am. They showed us me a picture of, what and they, I could look at her ear and all that. We could see the bead there. But they were saying she has to have surgery basically to take it out. And I'm thinking, you gotta be kidding me. I'm like, I've never heard of this. Now I teach third graders. I've never heard of this. So when I'm telling people this story, so many of my friends was like, you don't remember when such and such got the bead up her nose and we had to go to the emergency to get it out. But no, none of my friends ever had to have surgery. And I'm thinking, no, I don't remember that 30 years ago. They had my friends' kids are like in their 30s, some of them. So yeah, I'm like, no, I don't, or 20, late 20s. So I don't remember that. But so everybody was saying, it's not abnormal. So we had to have the surgery. So she actually had it on Friday, this past Friday. So we go and, I felt bad for her because her last week of summer camp, they swim. It's a big fancy pool. She couldn't get in the water because, they didn't want to do anything to her ear. So she literally had to go under. So I felt so bad. She was so nervous. So we get in the elevator. And after they told us we had to have this surgery, they're going to call you and schedule it. So we get in the elevator. So she just busts out crying and hugging me. And she's like, Mom, she's like, I'm so scared. I said, honey, you're going to be okay. Mom's going to be with you. And she said, well, yeah, but I remember you telling me that it was people who went under, with the anesthesia before and they could feel everything, but they couldn't talk about it. And I don't know how she heard. I was having a conversation with somebody and she overheard and asked me. And so I told her, never thinking she was going to be having a surgery. And I said, honey, that's not going to happen to you. And she says, how do you know? And I said, because God is protecting us and God's not going to let that happen to you. And she's like, oh, okay. And so she felt a little bit better. When I tell you, this little lady was so nervous that she started breaking out in hives when we got in there. And they let me stay with her all the way until she had the procedure. And then once she had the procedure, when they were taking her to get the procedure, she was looking at me like, you're not coming. And, of course I couldn't come, but the doctor and everybody was so great. They actually gave me the bead. The doctor came afterwards, gave me the bead in the cup. Mel can't answer because Mel may know, but how long do you think it took? Because they tell you, the surgery, they update you. And I said, how long did it actually take to get the bead out? Because they had told me what they thought it would be. How long do you think it took for them to take the bead out? Who can take a guess? How many? Don't say anything if you know. But how long do you think it took for them to get that bead out of her ear? I actually have the bead. Liv, do you have that bead? Did we bring it in the house? I said, no beads are allowed in this house ever again. Oh, is it in the car? Okay. All right. You guys are guessing. Ooh, so we got 1 minute. We got 6 minutes, 46 minutes, under an hour. Okay. So I'm going to tell you guys, it took literally 5 minutes, Cookie said. It literally took, any more guesses? 3 minutes? It literally took 1 minute. 1 minute. It took 1 minute. So the process leading all the way up to that and to her to go all the way up there, 1 minute. So we go out and I timed it too cuz by the time they rode her back, it was like 10:20. And by the time they called us to come back, it was like 10:42. And by that time when I got back there, she was sitting up eating a popsicle, happy as a lark. So yeah, all of that for 1 minute. The scary part wasn't the actual, procedure. The scary part for you as a mom and anybody who loves your family is going under anesthesia is a risk for anybody, right? You just never know how they're going to react to it. You never know what the side effects of it could be. And we just hear about so many people having surgery, elective surgeries, and coming out fine. But it's like, geez Louise. So my daughter has never had an ear infection. My daughter has really never been sick until she had an allergic reaction to a medication. So it's like for you to do that to yourself. So I said, no more beads. So this is a lesson learned for her. And she just thought her little finger could take that bead out, not so much. So yeah, we have the bead. The nurse said, you need to get that bead put into a necklace. So I told you all that story to say, I've had some stressful things going on. And another thing that happened to me is sometime, I don't know if you guys heard about a hailstorm that came in Ohio, but there was this huge hailstorm. And I'm telling you, I am still traumatized from it. I don't talk about it a lot. And, I was stuck in the hailstorm and my car was just getting beat up. I ended up having to get a new car. This is all while I'm trying to retire. My car, it's an SUV and it's not a cheap SUV. And it's a nice car, it's like a nice car, a nice SUV. So that car, I'm telling you, it was banged up. While I'm in the storm, I'm picking up my daughter and hail is coming. It's just, I mean, when I'm telling you these balls were like this big, like hail coming down. And I just thought, like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. And you know why I thought that? Because I thought the I could see the big ice cubes coming at my windshield, and it just started cracking. It kept hitting the same spot. And I thought, I gotta drive around because if I and now mind you, I'm picking my daughter up. There's nowhere to go. All the houses around there, no one had like a garage open or anything where I could take cover. So I just was kind of out there. So some told me, like, you got to move around because if you don't move around, it's going to come into your window and shatter it. Now, my dad says, I call my dad and I'm in a panic. And he's like, it's not going to break your windshield. You got to be more worried about the side. If it breaks the side window, you're in trouble. But if the front window is hard to break. And I said, you say that sitting at your house. Now, mind you, we don't live that far. From each other. But where he was no hailstorm. So he didn't realize what I was going through. So I'm just like, what is going on? So something told me I saw across the street, there was this house that had like a carport, but it wasn't hanging over a lot. And some told me, like, go under that carport. Because my dad was saying, get out, get out. And I was like, oh no, all I can imagine is falling because it's ice right now. It's coming down, but it's ice and slipping and falling. And then what do I do? Like, there's nobody was in sight. Like, you didn't see one person. I felt like I was like in one of those scary movies where, like the black girl's the first one to die. That's how I felt in that situation. So I said, okay, I'm gonna hightail my buns over there, get up under there. Now, mind you, my SUV has a sunroof, and I'm just thinking, like, oh my gosh, I had the thing, the little, shutter open, so I had to take that shutter and close it. And so I go under that the carport. I made it over to the carport, go under the carport, and I could just hear the ice banging down, but it wasn't in the front, which is what I was trying to protect because I just thought, oh, my face is going to be messed up. When I tell you, after I did that, I sat and I said, something told me, like, just stay here and wait. But I felt like I needed to move because after so many times, I felt like it was going to come down, right? So I said, it come into the car. So I said, I just prayed and I was like, I didn't know what to do. All you can do in a situation like that is pray. So finally it slowed down. I could tell it was slowing down. And then so I, came around, went in there, and as soon as it stopped, I ran in, got my daughter. All the kids were covered for like a tornado. And she saw me and she ran and she was screaming. It was like in the gym area because she was at her aftercare. And she was like, Mom, are you okay? When she came out and saw that car, she just cried and cried and cried and said, oh my gosh, are you okay? How did you survive? How did you make it? I mean, when I tell you my car looked like somebody had taken, not the windshield was all cracked, but all on the passenger side, I could still see on the driver's side, but it was the passenger side that was cracked. And as we were sitting there, it's making those big spider marks bigger and bigger. And so then we get in the car. So my dad comes over. Actually on my way driving home, we were in like puddles of water. Like it's people's houses were all just trees were all everywhere. I mean, it was like a mix between a tornado and hail. And so it just was crazy. So when I finally get to my home, and I'm like, my car is an excellent car. I've been driving the same SUV for not the same one, I upgrade, but this is why I love this SUV because it is dependable, reliable. So I go and I, get the car into the garage and my dad comes over and my dad's like, he's not believing that this was what it was, right? Because he didn't experience this. So he comes over and he was like, oh my gosh. He said, Shay, they're not going to be able to fix this. He was like, you got damage all over this car. It looked like somebody took a hammer and just hammered in my car, like looked like a little hammer and hammered like a woodpecker, banged all over it. So needless to say, they totaled it out. And that's another story for another day because that was stressful. So now this is going on while I'm trying to retire. And now I'm thinking, I got to get a new car in the midst of all this. So that's why I have been driving my dad's car for so long. But one of the things I didn't focus on was how traumatizing that was. Like literally, I was like in a storm that could have killed me. It was like horrific. And I couldn't really even sleep that night. I was thinking about it. So again, you come home and meal prep after that, you know what I'm saying? Or have food that you're gonna, have to fix after that. And I want to say this might have been on a Wednesday or Thursday because I don't know if it was close to the weekend. It was close to one of those days where I didn't really have food prep. So I'm just saying, and I could just give you example after example of so many things going on with my dad that I have to take care of. Over the summer, we went to I did had the Dee Dee's meetup, and when I left, my dad had 3 doctor's appointments we had to go to. I came back on a Monday. Tuesday, after I came back, he had a doctor's appointment. I went with him. After that doctor's appointment, he had 4 more appointments to go to after that. And then one of the appointments, they messed something up, which led to a different appointment after that. So when I say I'm a busy lady, and that appointment is not a planned appointment, it's something that came up that I had to take care of that just comes up. So when I say I have a lot going on, I have a lot going on, even in retirement. I have a lot going on. So I just got a new car. I stuck with the same car, and I had said to myself, I'm going to downsize and get a car that's not so expensive, right? I'm going to downsize because I'm retiring. My budget, I'm on a retirement budget. Well, because it all happened in the midst of everything, I just didn't have the time, the patience, the tenacity to look for a new car and go test drive different cars. And mind you, I've been driving the same car, and literally brand and everything for 20 plus years. So this would have been like a huge difference for me. So I just didn't have time to do it. So I ended up driving the car when I finally went to get a new car because they had to total everything out. That was a back and forth type of situation. When I finally had to get a new car, they didn't have the car in stock. So they had to order it. They had to make it. And so they were like sending me timelines of the production line. And I said, maybe this is my opportunity while they're making it. And I had paid like $1,000 deposit for them to start on it and all that. And I thought maybe this is the time for me to like look around. And then I thought, but do I want to lose my $1,000? I think I had made an agreement with the guy that if I wanted to not go forward with the car, but it had to be at some point you would have lost $1,000 because I've been a customer of this, dealership for all these years. So it's like they try to please you, but then again, they're a business, right? So it's just has been such a thing. I mean, geez, Louise, like it's one thing after another. So all of that has just played into my yo-yo and played into me not wanting to get on the scale. So and it's just not an excuse. It's just my life. It is what it is. And I feel good. My clothes are fitting. I haven't been worried about that scale, and I've just been living my life. And if you're somebody who talks to me, and not a lot of you talk to me every day, but probably males, probably one of the closest ones that communicates with me. She could tell you, I am super busy. There's always something going on. There's always something to do, and I didn't even tell you about the social life of it all. Trying to have a social life, and and it's so funny because yesterday my daughter had Sunday, Monday, Saturday my daughter had that. Friday she had the surgery. That night we were able to make it to they had family night at the gym where you could watch a movie, so we went there. I had a picture of her. I'm going to show it maybe on Wednesday because I didn't put it up. So then on Saturday she had 2 parties. So I had my stock club meeting. My friend picked her up and took her to her niece's birthday. Then I had to pick her up and take her to my BFF's great grandson's party who turned 1. So we got home probably 11:30 that Saturday night. Maybe no, we got home 12:30 in the morning Saturday night. And then Sunday she had an event to go to. So it's like always something to do. Always, keeping it moving. So I've been so worried about and concerned and had so much going on with all of that that I had to say, for my own sanity, no scale, no scale. But this is the no excuse zone. So when I do weigh in, and you're gonna be the first people I tell and the first people that know about it. So that's one of the reasons why I'm an emotional eater, right? So when all that was going on, I thought maybe I need 15 so I can have something strong to help me with all these strong emotions. And I'm gonna tell you, it has squashed my appetite, but it's not, I don't really notice such a big difference than 12 and a half. I really don't. And honestly, I feel like I could go back to 12 and a half and be just fine. And I had to go to 12 and a half when I went to Dee Dee's meetup because remember my prescription was delayed. My doctor, they said my doctor didn't have in the paperwork. And then once my doctor took care of that, I happened to actually be at the doctor when they were taking care of it with my dad. And we share the same doctor. So they were taking care of it. And then they didn't have it in stock. So I had to wait. So I said, I'm not going to Dee Dee's meetup with nothing. I'm a big proponent of taking that injection every week, on vacation, off vacation, no matter what, unless your doctor tells you not to for surgeries or whatever. So I took it. I had a 12.5. So I took the 12.5 and I was just fine. Now they probably were thinking like, I know this one day they messed up my omelet, and I had started my omelet and noticed that it didn't have all the stuff. I was like, oh, I don't really have a lot of spinach. I'm like, Mayor Mindy has a bunch of spinach in hers. I should be having that in mind. Well, come to find out, they mixed up my spinach, my omelet with Mayor Mindy's omelet. And I probably had eaten a nice part of my omelet. When that omelet came out, I ate the whole omelet. I know they're like, geez, oh man, she can eat. Yeah, now she can eat because they know when I couldn't eat. But that was the first time that I really ate a big portion of whatever I was eating. I would have never been able to probably do that had I been taking the 15 because my appetite is a little bit more suppressed. But that was pretty much all protein and veggies. It really wasn't carbs I was eating. That was an omelet, and I had green peppers, onions, spinach, and cheese in there. So yeah, so that was that. So anyway. So, and I wasn't complaining about being tired. And I was like, I wonder if they're going to realize I'm not complaining about being tired either. But by the time we went, it was a Thursday and I take my injection on a Sunday. So by the Thursday, I'm not really that tired anyway. So they probably was like, whatever. But anyway, so that's all about me. So, I mean, when I tell you I've had so much going on since December to now, 6 months of just one thing happening after another. Trauma. One of my cousins, her bestie, who I knew for, as a kid, she passed away. And we kind of expected it based on the disease that she had, but she passed so soon, after my cousin's mom, that it was just so many things happening at once. And then you're trying to be there for other people. And so that's why I always say, you just still kind of have to take care of yourself. So I haven't been like balls to the wall. I love to say that, balls to the wall. I haven't been like that, but I haven't been like on my normal what I do, right? I've just been kind of, scaling back and putting the things in my head. It's kind of like driving a car. I don't have to sit and think about every move I'm making when I'm driving the car. I'm on automatic. I feel like I am for this what I'm eating and how I'm eating. But what we know is eating out is where those sneaky calories can get you. I've been doing a lot more of that than I'm normally doing. And we also know that they have salt and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know how that has played into what I got going on. But whatever it is, we're going to get back on track because I'm excited for my like last little third and fourth quarter here. I don't know if I'm going to stay on 15. I visit my doctor in October. I may go back down to 12. I'm not sure. But I just know I'm thanking God. I'm feeling blessed that my daughter is fine. I feel like it's a fresh new start for her school year. We have all her stuff ready to go. So I'm excited about that. So with that said, I don't know what you guys were saying. I'm going to go back and look at these comments. I don't know if you guys have any questions about my 15 milligrams. Some people are always so curious about 15. 15 is not all it's cracked up to be. I'm going to tell you, it does not mean more weight loss. And I say that as somebody who really hasn't weighed in on 15 that much. So the last time I weighed in, I was the same. So we will see, because I'm going to be weighing in and revealing, am I still the same, in a couple weeks here? And maybe I'll do like just a little Sunday night live. I like to do those little Sunday night updates, or maybe I'll make a video about it with it in the video. Who knows? But yeah, I'm not so stressed out about that. I would be stressed out if my clothes wasn't fitting. If people were looking at me with the side eye. My dad would have told me for sure I'm picking up weight. My daughter would have told me I'm picking up weight. So I'm going to go with them and what they say. So there's that. So before we do anything, I do want to say happy birthday to Mel B. So it is Mel's birthday, and we're going to sing happy birthday to her. My daughter's going to come up here. Mel, are you still in here, Mel? Are you listening, Mel? So we're going to sing happy birthday. My daughter's going to sing happy birthday, and then I have a little special something. All right, so are you guys ready? Mel, are you in here? Are you listening, Mel? Mel to the B, where are you? Is Mel in here? Okay, she says, yep. Okay. All right, so it is Mel's birthday. You guys know Mel and Bellflower. I only have 2 moderators, but I feel like when you have good quality folks, you only need a little bit. So I have two moderators right now. That's all I need, and they are awesome. I appreciate you guys. I'm sure you guys, hopefully you feel appreciated, because I do let them know on here and behind the scenes. But one of them has a birthday, so we're going to be singing happy birthday to Mel to the B. And not only is she a fabulous moderator, we have really become friends outside of YouTube. So, and how I know we're friends outside of YouTube, because we talk, and some days we don't even talk about YouTube. We talk about everything else under the sun. We don't even talk about YouTube. So there's that. All right. So Mel to the B, we're going to sing happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mel B. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday, Miss Mel B. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Yay, Mel, it is your birthday. I absolutely love that for you. Jeez Louise. All right, Mel to the B. All right, let's give her some birthday confetti. All right, so I have a couple questions for you guys. So are you guys ready? Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys this some questions and see what you know about Mel to the B. Okay, so this is the first question I want to ask you. What kind of life does Mel B tell us she's living? Put your answer in the chat. Does she say living La Vida Loca? She's living the fluffy life? She's living the soft life? She's living the hard knock life? What is Mel living? Put your answer in the chat. 1 is living La Vida Loca. 2 is she's living the fluffy life. 3 is she's living the soft life. And 4, she's living the hard knock life. What is she doing? Oh, we got 51 people watching. Come on in and take a vote. What do you think? What do you think? Is Mel B living La Vida Loca? Is she living the fluffy life, the soft life, or a hard knock life? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What is Mel B living? Okay, all right, all right. I feel it's only saying people, one person voted. Okay, are more people voting? The fluffy life, the soft life, the hard knock life. Jeez, Louise. All right, Mel to the B. Okay, we're gonna wait till people finish voting. Okay, and then we're gonna have Mel tell us which one it is. Ooh, oh, we got some different answers. Oh my god. Oh, wait a minute. We got a super chat. We got some jewels up in the house. How about that? Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna go back in these comments. Never fear after we do these questions for Mel. Okay, so Bellflower says the soft life, soft life. Hold up. Wait a minute. Thank you, Carla. 200 jewels. I love it. I love a good jewel. Jeez, Louise. I'm feeling like I'm living the fabulous life with these jewels. Thank you. Look at that hair. Just love your hair. Jeez, Louise. All right. Kim, oh my goodness. Thank you. How thoughtful. She said, sorry, you and little Dee Dee had this going on. Thank you for sharing. Oh, thank you. It's so funny. When that first happened, I think I want to say Mel happened to call me when the situation happened where I ended up in the ER. And she called me earlier and I think she knew we were going and I ended up calling her back and I'm like, geez, oh man, I cannot believe this is going on. So sweet. And Mel, not for nothing, sent my daughter this little Hello Kitty purse. It's so cute as like a little recovery type of a gift. And I didn't really share, I'm not, I like to come on here with some good news. So yeah, so I just wanted to tell you guys, I know when people are on here reporting things and you're like, dang, they're not losing, they're just they're on here playing games. It's like I'm living a real hard, like not hard knock life. I'm not going to say that because God is so good, but I've had so many things going on and it makes you kind of want to reassess, right, like your life and what you're doing and how you're doing it. And I'm like, geez Louise, it just makes me want to be more like a faithful servant, because yeah, I could have lost my life up in there. Okay, here we go. Nah, folks are going through. So that's why I really just try to give people, if I can, the benefit of the doubt, for the most part. Now, some folks, I give them the side eye, but most people, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt because I know I've been going through some things and haven't really been talking about it a whole lot and really talking about how it affects me. People can say things and you just never know how it's affecting them deep down inside. So there's that. So anyway, thank you guys. I appreciate that. All right. So somebody said Mel is living La Vida Loca. The fluffy life. Ooh, okay. Pamela says 3. Ooh, look at this beauty. She said the soft life. Welcome to the chat. P to the M to the Z. I love that. Okay, so people are saying soft life. Okay, all right. Hey, Pamela. She says she can't stay. She stopped in and say hi. You're training this week. Okay, all right. So, Mel, tell us what it is. What kind of life do you always say you're living? What is it, Mel to the B? Which one? Who's right? We got 80% of the folks said you're living a soft life. Which one is it, Mel? Mel, did you tell the people? I'm going to tell the people. I don't know what Mel is doing. So if you said the soft life, you were correct. It is the soft life. Mel's living the soft life. Okay, what about this one? Here's another question. Now, if you're somebody who has been in my live streams, you probably know this. If not, this will be a lesson learned. No, wait, I got to take this other one off. Okay, all right. Here's this one. So Mel has accidentally timed someone out of a live stream twice. Who was it? Was it Miss Rita? Was it Cookie? Was it Miss Brenda? Or was it MV to the P? Who has Mel timed out of a live stream accidentally? It was twice. And if you were on that live stream, remember, I was like, this is Operation Go and Get Her Back in Here. And it was so funny. And guys, I'm telling you, if you come here and you get timed out of a live stream or you get a comment removed, like, don't take it so personal. And sometimes it's accident. Sometimes we know YouTube is looking out for some things. And sometimes it's probably something in the community guidelines that you are violating and don't even realize you're violating it. But whatever it is, it's nothing personal. It's never like, we don't like this person, let's get them out of the live type of situation. So it's never that. But who is it? Who is that person? Male timed them out. And I'm going to tell you, this is why I love this lady. She has such a good sense of humor about it. She was not mad and not get mad at me and, and all that kind of thing, or get mad at Mel. She just kind of took it in stride. And during that live stream, we spent the live trying to get her back in there. So I love a good sense of humor. You got to have a good sense of humor. All right, so who are you guys saying? Okay, so okay. All right. Mel said, "Oh Lord." Oh, Mel, somebody wants to know, what is the soft life, Mel? Tell Shay what the soft life is. All right, so while Mel is telling her what the soft life is, oh, Bellflowers thinks it's Miss Brenda. We got Cookie. We got another Miss Brenda. Okay, yeah, Bellflower says she's not going to answer. Okay, we got a Cookie. We got a Miss Rita. We got a Cookie. We got an MVP. Ooh, you guys are all over the place. Okay, all right. Okay, it is Miss Brenda. It is Miss Brenda. Let me put whoever said Miss Brenda in there. It was Miss Brenda. Miss Brenda got cooked. Hello there, the downsize. We're celebrating Mel B's birthday right now. How are you? Okay, so yeah, it was Miss Brenda. So Miss Brenda, I'll never forget. We were on this live stream and Mel timed her out 2 times, not just one, 2 times. And we had to go back in there and get Miss Brenda out. And I love a good sense of humor. Miss Brenda has such a good sense of humor about it. She didn't get upset about it. And, sometimes during these live streams, especially when people were talking about Retta, we had at one point somebody in here always talking about Retta, and Mel would hide the comment or time them out, or Bellflower. And, and I don't know, people get upset about that, but I'm telling you, the newbies in here, we got a lot of newbies in here. If you get timed out or your comment gets removed, don't take it personal. It's really just trying to protect the live stream. That's all. It's not like we don't like you, we don't like your comment, or, just kind of stick to the rules of the live stream. So that's it. That's all. So this is the last question. I bet you the downsize can answer this question about Mel to the B. All right, so let's see, Mel. This is the last question. Let me see. I'm trying to get the question up here. Jeez Louise. Okay, so I gotta stop this. Okay, here we go. Last question. What is Mel B passionate about? What is Mel B passionate about? Is she passionate about men's health, children's health, or women's health? This should be obvious. This should be obvious. This should be obvious. All right, Mel to the B. Which one is it? Okay, so somebody said good morning. Is it Lorraine or Chris? Good morning, Lorraine or Chris. All right, somebody's saying, ooh, okay, so Mel is telling us in the meantime while you guys are voting, here's what the soft life is, Shay. My soft life is extreme. You notice how she said extreme self-care, setting firm boundaries, enjoying the fruits of my hard work, and letting go of stress. Okay, very good. All right, very good. We love that. Let's give Mel some confetti for the soft life. We love it. All right. Not too many folks can say they're living the soft life. And I mean, look at that profile pic, not for nothing. We can tell she's taking good care of herself. All right, so that's Christopher for people who are asking in there. Good morning. I love when I see new faces in the chat. We love that. All right, so people are saying it's women's health. Okay, women's health have 100% of the vote. We love that. All right, very good. Anybody else want to take a guess? Okay, all right. Women's health. Yes, Mel is a big proponent of women's health. Those hormones, the hormones of it all. I always like to think of the hormones. Women's health. You are right. Very good. Okay, all right. Love it. Very good. All right. Carla is saying happy birthday, Mel B, and God bless. You just popped. Oh, you're on an Alaskan cruise. Oh my gosh, you have to tell us about it. Thanks for stopping in. That sounds luxurious. Jeez Louise. Good morning. How are you, beautiful lady? Look at you. Thank you for stopping in here. Okay, so you guys were making comments, and I'm gonna go back up in the chat and try to see what you guys were saying. I was telling my story Christopher, did you know I was now on 15 milligrams? Jeez Louise, I'm up there with you, Chris. Now we're up to the big leagues. I'm in the big leagues. Okay, so I'm trying to see if anybody, you guys were very attentive listening in. Okay. Mel is living the soft life, but she's also living the good life. Yes, gosh, wasn't it so nice to meet Mel in person? And were you guys saying anything? Did I scroll past everything? Oh, you said, oh, Cookie. So your daughter had a bead in her nose. Yeah. And then, one of the things they told me was they said you would think that this happens with younger kids. They said with most of the time this happens with kids my daughter's age, older kids who think that, and then she said they put beads, Legos, little toys in there, and up their nose is another popular one too. And she said that a lot of times they have to have surgery to get things out. I mean, I was just so outdone. I could not believe that. I just did not think that that was a thing, but it's a thing apparently. Um, Dang, Gina, 19 months. Thanks for your love, support, friendship. It's been a heck of a fun ride. More adventures to come. Very good. All right. It didn't take long to get that beat out of my daughter's nose. We still have I give her a hard time about it. Luckily, she didn't have to go. Yeah. And so yeah, I don't know anybody else who had to have anesthesia like my daughter, but it was just kind of like scary. Unbelievable experience. So glad you made it through safely. Yeah, the climate change. Yeah, being stuck in that hailstorm. Yes, very good. Thank you. Good morning to Vivi, Carnival Muscle, and everyone I missed. Yeah, I must have missed all those people too, scrolling down. Okay. All right. So I want to know from you. So 15 has been good to you. Yes. But you know what? I've been on 15 for now over a month now, and I always say I need some water this time, no coffee. I still say I have 60 to 70 more pounds to go. So I'm just gonna ride this baby out. Now I want to see how my A1C is doing on this 15 because actually I could have stayed on 12.5 as I'm experiencing 15, but I'm fine with it. I mean, it is what it is. It'll be interesting to see when I go to the doctor in October how all my blood work and stuff is since I've been on this 15. Um Mel saying you're looking good, Christopher, but you eat well. Yes, hashtag yes to the chef. Yeah, she said, "You've got it. I've been on it for more than a year." Yeah, maintaining on it. Yeah, and it's just not the scary, 15 milligram dose I thought it was. I was so scared of it and it wasn't. So I want to know from you guys because one of the things that I have said to myself for this week, if you watched my one of my latest videos, well, let me show you some, if you guys don't know, my little before and after. And, we're talking about my little 88 pounds down. So I'm proud of that. Let me take Christopher off of here so you can see my picture. So I am 88 pounds down. Look at me with my glamour shot, loving it all. And thank you for the 9K subscribers. I'm on my way to 10K. I just have to say thank you every time I'm up in here because I can't believe it. And I guess I'm really proud of this 9K because I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not on Facebook. I would say most of my friends and family don't even know that I'm on YouTube. So this is just really organic people just coming from me uploading videos and shorts just on YouTube. So I said one of these days I'm going to tackle Instagram. I don't know about Facebook, if I'll ever do Facebook. I don't know, but they tell you to do all of the things. So who knows? I always say a lady has a right to change her mind. So I may be doing all the things, but I'm just so excited if I get to all my YouTube goals have been met. So if I could get to 10K, I'm just going to feel like, what is going on here? So I love that. And you guys have been watching the videos. That's what I say. It's if you know this YouTube, how this YouTube works, it's not just views. Views are great, right? And I have like some videos that are doing excellent, but it's all about the watch time and the quality of the ads people are placing on your videos. And so I have that going on. And that's like an advantage I have at this time. So hopefully I can hold on to it. So thank you for that. And then here is a before and after. I love to show the before and after of it all. And I still got work to do. And then of course, this was me on my birthday, living the Didi downsizing diva life of it all. So I look at these pictures when I get kind of discouraged on my weight, loss and slowing down and all of that. And those pictures kind of motivate me to keep going. So there is that. So one of the promises that I'm keeping to myself, because remember I talked about that's how you become a confident person. I was confident when I was a bigger lady, and I'm confident now I'm a mid-sized lady. And when I become a smaller lady, I'm gonna be confident too. And I was just kind of raised with that with my parents. My mom, I always call her, she was little and petite, but a boss lady, right? She was very confident. And so my parents raised me to be a confident person, and not just based on looks, but am confident in, what I can offer to the world. And I lead with kindness and generosity. So of course, I'm confident, and I'm, a firm believer in God. So that makes me even more confident. And one of the things I've learned is being confident is also keeping promises to yourself. And during this weight loss situation and health journey, if I'm going to, not keep a promise to myself in any part of my life, it's that. And you know why that is? It's because I feel like, oh, it's only affecting me. And now, because if I don't disappoint anybody else in my life, I show up for everybody. And I say to myself, if I'm putting myself truly first, I got to start doing that for myself. And I just kind of told you all the issues my dad is having health wise, when my daughter was having her situation, when friends and family have their situation, I'm always there for them. And I have to start doing that for myself. So that's one of the things that I am committed to doing, is showing up for myself and saying no to some things that aren't an emergency, because that's the key, right? It's some things I can say no to, and I should say, yeah, because I'm just used to doing it, and such a nice person. And, and everybody knows they could count on Shay. And I have to start saying, no, I'm not giving that up to go to the gym. No, I'm not giving that up to, do my meal prepping. No, I'm not giving that up to do what I need to do for me so I could be, organized for myself. So I am working on that. So that's a promise that I am keeping to myself, is to be there for myself. So I want to know from you guys, what's one promise you've kept to yourself this week? Something you said, or last week, because this is a new week. So last week, what's one promise that you kept to yourself last week? Something you said you were going to do that you actually stuck to. And let me just put last week, because I put this week. I want to change that to last week. Is there a promise you kept to yourself last week? Something you said you were going to do and you actually did it. Is there anything you kept to yourself? Um, oh, okay. Shay says 12 milligrams was very strong for her. She can't imagine going to 15. You're back down to 5 now. So you're titrating down. And so that's interesting, because you're on maintenance and it's going down. And then Christopher from the Downsize is in maintenance, and he's maintaining at 15 milligrams. So that just goes to tell us how everybody is so different. And I just love that. That's what I love about our community, the diversity of it all. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I love that, Dee Dee. You need to commit to yourself. Yes, your self-care. Yes. Continued success. Thank you. Hello. I love to see a newer face in the chat. How are you? Thank you for stopping in. There is power in saying no. Yes, and I'm learning that. I'm learning that. Drinking your water. Very good. So you kept that promise of drinking your water. Well, one of the things I talked about, in one of my last videos is I am going to start with I was going to start with the being consistent with my injection, but I don't need to do that. I kind of have that down. The only time I don't take my injection is if I forget and I, take it the next day. I've had a couple of times where I forgot, or it got so late and I took it the next day. But as far if I go on vacation, it's going with me. If whatever I do, I'm taking that injection. And some people struggle with that. And I talked about that in my, one of my videos, the one I said, give me 12 minutes. I'm going to tell you all about this GLP-1. And one of the things I know is that people aren't taking that injection when they go on vacation because they want to eat without the consequences of side effects. And I get that. But I think you have to learn how to live with the medication, and you have to learn how to navigate traveling. Like when you reach your goal, you're going to still have to navigate maintaining your weight or eating while you're on vacation. And I say, why not get used to it now while you have the advantage of the medication that is your supplement, right? To help you with that. So I took that medicine and was happy to take it. Another thing too is people want to drink alcohol. That's also a thing. People don't want to take the medicine because they want to drink that alcohol. And I say, have a plan, like have a strategy. Maybe get one drink and sip on that all, on your cruise or, on your vacation or wherever you are. Or if you're a person who drinks 3 drinks, maybe scale it back to one. But if you feel yourself getting sick, then just don't have any. But yeah, I just think people have to reconsider that. And then I think if you can do that and still drop weight and it not affect your weight loss, do you. If it works for you to even drink it, I mean, do you. I just happen to be somebody am not a drinker, and I don't have to have a cocktail. I'm good with a mocktail. And so I haven't had that issue with the drinking, but I know some people who love their drinks and love a good glass of wine. And so I say, if you can make it work in whatever you have going on with your program, you should do that. All right. So, C says she started back at the gym. Excellent job. So we're going to give you guys some confetti. We love that. So we're going to give the confetti to keeping promises to yourself. Okay. So we have Ocean. She's drinking her water. We have C starting back at the gym. Mel said she did whatever she wanted to do this week. I did what I wanted this weekend versus what everyone else wanted you to do. And you should on your birthday. You're really entitled to that. I love that for you, Mel. What a good feeling that is for yourself to come first. You promised yourself to move daily. Excellent job. Okay. Starting back walking after hip and back chiropractor care for over 2 months. Wait a minute. Look at you. You look so pretty. She says, living a healthy life. We love that. Starting back walking. Wow. Let's give you some more confetti. Good for you. I'm sure that's tough. That's a tough surgery. And you started back walking. Okay, so that motivates me to get my buns on this treadmill. So if you're doing that after a surgery, geez Louise, see how you guys put things in perspective for me. Tammy, how are you? Tammy went on vacation with her husband and daughter and was going to eat some treats, but not overdo it. I only ate a quarter of the treats and it felt good not to eat the whole thing. All right, very good. Excellent. Yeah, and I think that's such a good feeling when you are on vacation and you're eating all these yummy things and something you didn't cook, right? That's a bonus right there. You didn't have to cook it. For some of us, some of you only want to eat your own cooking, right? Because you know exactly what's in it. So I get that too. But I'm saying when somebody else is cooking for you, that's a bonus. If you can get them to cook it healthy the way you like it, that's another bonus. Um, yeah, that is so cool that she's able to get up and go. Dee Dee, this is Asia. You missed my comment when I came. Hey, how are you? Are you my retired friend, right? So I'm gonna try to come here on Mondays in the morning. So you gotta come and join us. Join us, join us. Okay. Yeah, and I tried to scroll up. I could not go back to those comments. Good luck on your way to a full recovery. Maybe try again. Being a parent, we're always taking care of everyone else but ourselves. And you got some me time. Yeah. And then not for nothing, I'm a late bloomer. So most people are taking care of teenagers, adults, and I have a 9-year-old. So that's a whole nother layer. So if you have older kids, do not compare. Now, I was just talking earlier to Mel. We know older kids sometimes can be more of a handful than younger kids, right? But if you have a younger kid, I don't know if you remember those days when you were, here, there, everywhere, going places. Make sure here, there, everywhere, going places, doing things, So I even have that going on where, she's younger. So it just requires so much more of your time. Yes. Okay. All right. So thank you for that. Um, okay. Pain can be as bad as it absolutely can. Shawnee does look amazing. Okay, very good. Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is the next question. This is our last question of the morning. And then my daughter is coming up here. What does she want to do? Okay, so I want to know from you guys, what do you need support with? Is there anything? Because we have, myself, we have so many ladies in maintenance and have lost tons of weight, and we want to support you on your journey. Is there anything you need support with? And before I go, let me tell you guys before we get into that, I want to tell you guys on Wednesday, do not miss this live stream. If you miss it, do the replay. We're going to be talking about skincare. So we're going to be talking about hair, skin, and nails. the hair, skin, and nails of it all. We're going to be sharing some good facts, some great products, hopefully, to get you going. And we just want to talk about, like, I'm going to be talking about in my coming up videos about your body and how that all affects the weight loss. But we want to talk about how it's affecting your hair, your skin, and your nails. And I get so many compliments. You guys probably can imagine. I get so many compliments on my hair and my clothes, my hats, and all of that. And I'm not a beauty type of girl, but guess what? I do like to look good. I like to look cute. You know what I'm saying? At 54, geez, Louise, we got to do what we can to, to kind of keep it moving. So I want to be on here representing skincare for the 40s, but mostly the 50s because I'm 54, the 60s, the 70s. I'm telling you, 80s. My grandmother looked good up until the day she passed on. And I'm not even exaggerating. And she would say at 92, she was still putting on that lipstick. She was still getting her hair done. She was still looking fabulous. And I just want to be one of those folks, right? That's riding off in the sunset. Not for nothing. My mom died young, but she looked good too, all the way up until the very end. So I'm telling you, it's hope for us out there. When you get older, you don't have to age like a raisin. You can age like fine wine. So if I start losing and I'm starting to look like a raisin, I'm going to cut that weight loss off. And that's going to be all she wrote, as I do not want it. Now, one of the good things I have in my back pocket is one of my good friends is a plastic surgeon and a well-to-do one. And so, I got kind of have that to fall back on. So if I want to know the brutal truth, I want to go to his office and get a what do you call that? Consultation because he tells you like it is. But I don't plan on having any kind of surgeries like that. I don't plan on doing that. But a girl has a right to change her mind. And I say to the girlies that are having those surgeries and pulling in that loose skin, I say, good for you. Let me know when you're doing it so I can see how you look and I can pray for you along the way. How about that? All right. So what are you guys saying in here? Mel is saying thank you to everybody. Elizabeth said, I'm an older mom too, about to turn 60. Wow, I just moved my daughter into her apartment for freshman year in college. Oh, isn't that? Oh my gosh. I remember my mom cried and cried and cried when I went to college and she moved me in. And my dad, they were like in tears. So I can imagine. Geez, I can't even imagine. And not for nothing, so much is going on in the world right now. You got to stay prayed up, Elizabeth. And yeah, we're just going to pray for these kids off to college and in schools that, God protects them. So it's hard for you to be on Wednesdays the whole time do the Bible study. So I'm happy you started the Monday. Like, thank you. Thank you for showing up in here. We love to see you. You're looking like you're living the soft life yourself. I love it. Oh, I love a good glamour girl. Look at that profile pic. You remind me of my girl Bev coming up here with these beautiful profile pics, looking like you're luxuriating. Yes. Okay. So Mel says, I haven't asked more overall health, wellness, and women's self-care discussions. Oh, okay. So I don't know if you put that up, but yeah, we're gonna start that on we're gonna start it on Wednesday. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, very good. I love that. All right, so not a raise. Now, I'm going to say this because, it's like I'm kind of like a no filter in the best possible way. If you are looking like a raisin, that's okay. Embrace the raisinhood of it all. I'm telling you, part of being confident. Have you ever seen like some women? And we're gonna say men too, like, because I'm pro everybody over here, but especially a woman, because I just know about women because I am one. And I'm telling you, have you seen some women that are with these men and you say, like, dang, how did she get him? She doesn't have the best hair, the best skin, the best anything. But guess what? She has something that we obviously don't honestly see, and we don't need to, right? Because we're staying hydrated, we're minding our business, but still talking, and and we're drinking our water. And I say to those ladies, good for you. You know what? Good for you. And not for nothing, you can have some men you see with these beautiful women, and you're thinking, how did this man get this woman? And we don't know. We're just kind of speculating. And I say it comes from confidence. Confidence. Now, confidence could be in your looks, it could be in your wealth, how much money you got going on. It could just be in how you were raised and what you think about yourself. And so we don't have to see it, but that person sees it. And have you ever saw somebody that they're probably not the best looking person, but they walk in the room and they own it? That's what I want you to do. So if I am a raisin, I'm going to be on here the happiest raisin you've ever seen in your life. Saying all the raisins, come celebrate with me. And if I'm looking fabulous and like, got the skin going on and got the little neck thing, fixing the hat. If I'm up here looking fabulous, I'm going to be looking fabulous and I'm not going to be embarrassed about it. And I'm not going to feel like I got to come on here and be like, woe is me. No, I'm coming on here with all the fabulousness that I got going on. So that's what you got to do. One of the things I want us to do is take our age back. There's a lot of shaming going on. And if you're young, you're not going to be young for long. So if you're somebody, I get to see my demographics, and some of the women watching are in their 20s and 30s. They probably clicked on it thinking I was that age. And then I said, I'm 50. And they're like, what? This lady, this old lady. So that's okay. I say to you 30, 20, and 30-year-olds, one of the things I wish I had done is been more into my health and skincare when I was younger. So if you could find this channel or send this channel to some younger women, they need to hear it too. You don't wait until you get older to start taking care of yourself. And a lot of us, if you didn't get that message from your parents or, when you were growing up, you need to each one teach one, pass it on. So that's what we want to do. And now, if I'm having a bad hair day, you'll never know it, because guess what? I'm going to come on here looking fabulous with my bad hair day and all. And that's just it. I just have no apologies for anything. So if you're a raisin, we're celebrating that, right? If you can't get that, wrinkled skin, tighten up, that's okay. We're going to embrace it. We're going to use products that could help us, take a little bit away from that, and we're just going to love ourselves. That's what I want my focus to be this year, is focusing on loving yourself where you are now, not where you want to be, because you might not ever, it might take forever to get where you want to be. So you got to love yourself where you are now, and that's what I'm focused on. And that's it, that's all. I don't really even have any apologies about it. I enjoy listening to a POC. Talk openly about the GLP-1 journey. I've been on GLP-1 since 2025 of January, but I don't talk about it. This is refreshing. Well, I'm glad. Hello, it's a newbie. I haven't seen you in here. I'm glad you're in here. So we're going to be coming on here on Mondays. So I want to know from you guys, most of you that are in here, what's a good time? I thought 9:30, because I'll be dropping my daughter off at school. Today I had to wake up, and I'm telling you guys, I love you guys. I woke up for this live. I could have still been luxuriating in my bed. I went to bed kind of like at after midnight last night. So yeah, I could have still been luxuriating. I woke up specifically before this live, and my daughter, she doesn't get up kind of early. This is her last week though. Next week she'll be at school, so I have to be up, getting her ready, getting her out the door. So to come on here at 9:30 for me, it'll be perfect once once school starts, which is next week for her. So, but what's a good time for you? Is it 9:30? Is it 10? Um, oh yeah, that is exciting for her daughter. Eloise just turned 60. All right. So did we sing happy birthday to you? I thought we did, didn't we? Eloise, if you're still in here, Cookie, did we sing happy birthday to her? You got to tell me, because if not, I'm on it. Okay, all right. Emil, what's a good time for you too? My moderators, I should be asking them first, especially Mel, because I know she has more flexibility on Monday. So I'm starting to get a hot flash. It's the lights. I would stand up and show you guys how I'm looking. I have on a skirt actually, but I'm not going to, because I'm going to save it for my Ayuga video. So you guys, my goal is I'm going to have my daughter take video and pictures of me and some of this Ayuga gear, and I'm going to be uploading that this week. I'm so far behind with my little uploading stuff. Jeez Louise. Live on Wednesday at 8:30. So we're going to be talking about the hair, the skin, and the nails of it all. And I'll probably put up that thumbnail on Tuesday night or Wednesday, early Wednesday morning. But yeah, it's the skincare. So come on back. Thanks for last week's support. Yeah, when I gave 5 pounds for no reason, many of you encouraged me to hang in there. You were right. It came off soon afterwards. Yay! We love that. Very good. Very good. Jeez, Louise. I'm telling you, I always say this is the smartest chat in all of GLP-1 land. You're an older mom too. Yes, we got an older moms club. We can relate. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. You said, "Oh, Dr. Tony, how are you? You're on, you said I am on if my wellness appointments. Oh, you're at the dermatologist. Okay. So come on, if you go to a dermatologist, come on there at 8:30 this Wednesday. 8:30. We're going to be talking about all things hair, skin, and nails. Love these Mondays. Gotta go. Oh, thank you. Thank you for stopping in. I started looking like a raisin recently, especially me too. But look, it's getting better. I had to reach out to that company I'm using. Um, but I don't know. Okay, so that I said this earlier and I didn't elaborate. So I don't know if I'm losing weight, if the cream is working that I'm using. Because I said I'll talk more about this. I'm gonna wait and talk about this on Wednesday because it just goes with the topic, Eloise. But I'm gonna tell you, I might have found a product that kind of works. So we will see. But I'm going to call my dermatologist because I want to know if this product is really working or is it just in my mind. Or if it's because I've been using some skincare products too, and how they claim to like pump you up a little bit, so yeah, I'm feeling in my and one of my videos I recorded, I was kind of slumped like this. Like I was sitting in my chair. My chair is like a cozy, comfy chair. And I had my pillow and I was slumped. And my neck, you could see like my little neck. And so I was like, dang, I don't want my neck looking like that. But I'm telling you, these cameras can do tricks. You could pose a certain way, just like if you're taking a selfie or something, you could pose a certain way and look a certain way. So yeah, so there's that. So it's like it is what it is at this point. You're a self-care empowerment life coach. What? Do you want to come on? Can you come on Wednesday? Oh, see, you gotta come if you're not afraid. Or you could okay, so you don't even have to come on. We can arrange for you to come up, but you don't have to be on video and we could just hear you talking. Would you do that? Because we want to hear from an expert. Somebody who knows. And the one thing I like about myself talking about it, not for nothing, is I'm not an expert, but this is real, like a real journey, right? I'm not an expert. I'm an expert on me and what has happened with my skin and works for my skin. So we're going to talk about facials. We're going to talk about everything. We're going to talk about it all. And I have so many beauty brands reaching out to me with trying this and doing that. And so yeah, it's just kind of like if something is working, I definitely want to share, and I want it to be something that you guys can get a discount from too, because some of these products, I'm one of those people. I am a person who doesn't like I like quality. I don't care how much it costs. If I can afford it, I would rather pay quality for one good thing instead of a bunch of things that are cheaper but not quality. So I'm into quality over quantity. So I'll pay a little bit more for something if it's going to work for me. And I've always been like that. And so, but it's nothing wrong. That's why when I gave that skincare, if you watch my latest video, the hair supplements, I gave a higher price one, a mid price one, and a lower price one. So it could fit into any budget. And I believe in that. And everybody doesn't have the big bucks, and it doesn't always take big bucks either to make something work either. So, a lot of times you're paying for all these expensive things and they're not doing a darn thing. Oh, you woke up for the live too and probably going back to sleep for like well, I'm going to order from Sam's Club. I might go there a little bit later and get some stuff. I'm sure you were. I'm glad you felt. Oh, yeah, very good. Yeah, that came off for her. Raisin in awe. I still love all of me. Excellent. We do too. We love that. Yes. So we're going to be celebrating the beauty of it all. It's like, and sometimes I see people on TV, and people, not for nothing, could have seen things about me too and said, I wish I could reach out to her and tell her A, B, and C. And so, you see that and you want to help people, but at the same time, people get so what is it, sensitive about their looks. People are very sensitive, especially in this community, and I get it because we've been talked about for so long. So yeah, so there's that. But I always say lead with intention. So if I say something to you, it's with the best intention. It's not to like make you feel bad or anything like that. And I mean, say something like, and I only know to do that with my friends and people who I know, I can offer that too. And a lot of times at 50, I just learned to keep my mouth shut and mind my business and stay hydrated. Sora, look at you, looking fabulous. Hey, Sora, I'm on the third week of Zepbounds, 2.5. I don't feel anything noticeable. I have one pen left. I'm wondering if it's wise to hold on to this dose for another month, afraid to titrate up too fast. You know what? Excellent question. For me, I'm going to tell you what I would do. First of all, I don't know. I would ask your doctor just their opinion. I honestly would. But I would, if it were me, I would give it another month. I would stay on it another month, see what it's doing, and then if it doesn't do anything after that 8 weeks, then I would probably titrate up. That's just me. Now, some people like to go up, they don't see it, they're going up to the next dose quicker than you can say, should I? But in my opinion, and knowing what I know after 2 years, I just wouldn't do that. But again, another thing about me is my insurance is covering my Mounjaro, right? So I'm not paying out of pocket. I'm telling you, there is a difference between people paying out of pocket and people who don't, as far as their approach to this weight loss. You cannot convince me otherwise. I would love to see a study on that. So Eli Lilly, are you watching? Novo, are y'all watching? I would love to, for that to be a thing. Okay, so Eloise, you must be in the mobile live. Oh yes, I love that. Where is she? Okay, estradiol is the foundation for healthy looking midlife skin. It directly controls collagen production, returning moisture and skin thickness. Certain skin creams are as good as an additional. Yes. So we're gonna talk about this. Hold that thought for Monday. Now, okay, wait a minute. Did the lady tell us? Did C tell us if wants to come on and talk on she doesn't have to show her face on the camera, but just that we can hear her voice. Is she willing to do that? Let me know. Girl, I'm working on Monday, so I just get in where I fit in. Some days I may be tied up, so do what's best. Oh, thank you. I know you were going to say that, but I always like to be respectful and still ask. And I don't even expect the moderators to be here because I know they work. So I appreciate that you're even up in here. Jeez, Louise. I know you announced it, but I didn't sing happy. You didn't. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Are you still in here? Is she still in here? Because we're about to sing it. Eloise, are you still in here? Are you still in here? I thought I remember singing happy birthday, but I don't know. But we're about to. Cookie, is she still in here? You got to let me know. If not, come on Wednesday so we can sing it to her. I want to sing it to her. It's never too late to celebrate your birthday. Your birthday is all year until you have another birthday. I feel like. Oh, okay. You said Cookie now both. Okay, so we're about to sing. Okay, happy birthday to you. No, a good birthday does not get past me if I can help it. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday, Eloise. Happy birthday, Eloise. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. We love it. Okay, all right. Okay, so wait a minute. So Eloise and Mail to the B, both of you, I got a special surprise for you ladies. Okay, hold on a second. Hello. Maybe my special surprise is is scared. Okay. All right. So of course, My daughter wants to sing happy birthday. So you guys gotta be good listeners so we can hear her. Okay. We love that. Ooh. Oh, the MVP. You gotta go back and watch the replay. We played a little game with Mel. Um, welcome in, my friend. Dana, how are you? Dana, I love that name. Dana's Dose. Ooh, Dana's Dose. Are you a content creator, Dana? Happy birthday. Hope you have a great day. Summertime. Oh, we love that. Oh, we got lovely Elle. How are you? She says, happy birthday to Eloise and Mel. Very good. Uh, baby Dee Dee is on her way. She's not feeling the best. People are saying happy birthday to you all. All right, baby Dee Dee, are you ready? You ready to sing? Yeah. Okay. All right. She's singing with her nose kind of stuffy. So are we ready? Okay, let me see. Let's put okay. Mel is she calls Mel Miss Mimi. So it's Miss Mimi and Eloise. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. Nice and loud.
3.
Wait, let me get her a pretend microphone. La 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 la. I don't know if this works. This was my microphone when I would sing to the kids at school. I would do my raps. It's not on. It doesn't have a but that's okay. You use your Diva mic and pretend like it's working. Okay, on the count of 3. Nice and loud. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Miss Mimi and Miss Eloise. Happy birthday to you.
I love it. Yay, little lady. We love it. Yes, I love a good birthday. All right. Thank you, little lady. Oh my goodness. Well, you guys, I hope you guys have the best birthday ever. All right. Anything else for the cause? You guys have told us. What about the time? I got 1:10 8, 9:30 is good. 10 a.m. I got this, so it'll be between 9:30 and 10. Like I said, I'm gonna be up kind of early. I want it to be coffee. I want to be able to have coffee and come in here and cheers to everybody and let us know. Anybody else need some support before we leave? And then remember Wednesday, you gotta come to Wednesday's live. I saw you guys said 10 a.m. is better. Okay, all right, okay, all right. Pammy Whammy, how are you? Thank you. She's so sweet. Oh, she is so sweet. Anybody else have a time preference? Um, yeah, I saw a bunch of 10 o'clocks. Anybody? Okay, so we might do 10 o'clock. I'll just be rolling back from dropping my daughter off. So 10 might work because a couple times I was like pushing it to get here from dropping her off. But where she was going before this summer for summer camp is a little bit farther than where I need to go to take her to school. So that could have been a consideration too, but it's probably traffic. It's a lot of 10 a.m.s, 10 a.m.s. Oh, thank you. She loves you too. She loves the Downsizing Diva whole community of it all. So, all right. So don't forget. So come. Oh, see, is she still in here? See, is she in here? If she's in here, hopefully she comes at 8:30 because I'm going to try to get her to come up and talk about the skin, hair, and nails of it all. So I will see you guys. We're going to talk about natural things. We're going to talk about skincare products. We're going to talk about it all. So I'm excited. All right. Very good. So enjoy your birthdays, Mel and Eloise. And thank you guys. I just love you guys. Thank you for listening to the story about my daughter. Wait a minute before I leave. I got to say thank you for the super chat from Kim. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And thank you to Carla for the jewels of it all. I love that. And then Mel had a message to Gina. I love that. And then, 6-7. My daughter would like that. Thank you, Mel. I didn't even see that. Thank you for the jewels of it all. Let's give you a thank you again. I appreciate that. All right. All right. So very good. Okay. Um, Here we go. All right. So I will see you guys on Wednesday at 8:30. Have a great weekend. Stay blessed and stay fabulous. Bye.